Hi boys and girls, this is Kali. He is the polar bear at the St. Louis Zoo. He was rescued from Alaska when his mom was killed and brought to the St. Louis Zoo. Hi boys and girls, I'm at the St. Louis Zoo in St. Louis, Missouri, and I'm looking at Kali the polar bear, so I thought we would read a book called Polar Bears. I'm white and furry, and I swim in the sea. The cold snow and ice are just right for me. Who am I? A polar bear. Have you seen a polar bear in the zoo? Polar bears are big, really big. They are the biggest meat eaters on land. A polar bear can weigh as much as 7 men. A polar bear's body is built for the Arctic. These bears have thick fur to keep them warm. Polar bears have thick fat too. The fat keeps body heat in and keeps the Arctic cold out. They have powerful paws. A polar bear's paws do many things. Paws dig dens in the snow. They break ice to find food. They also pull food out of the water. They are super swimmers. Polar bears are great swimmers. They spend a lot of time in the water. Their front paws paddle. Their back legs steer. Their fat helps polar bears float. Polar bears have good noses. They can smell a seal 20 miles away. Polar bears have good hearing and eyesight too. They come in handy when looking for dinner. This bear has spotted an Arctic fox. The ice melts in spring and summer, but polar bears stay with the ice when they can. They move to land when the sea ice is mostly gone. On land, they usually don't eat at all. Some bears may eat bird eggs. They may eat plants or berries, but there's not much food for polar bears on land. Bears in town. In Churchill, Canada, polar bears come into town in the fall. The ice is melting earlier each year. It's forming later too. The bears are hungry and they are looking for food. Cute cubs. Every new polar bear is special. A mother bear has babies called cubs. She digs in a den in the snow. The cubs stay safe and warm in the den. The cubs drink their mother's milk and grow quickly. Soon they are big enough to leave the den. A mother polar bear teaches her cubs to hunt. She also teaches them how to stay safe and warm. The cubs leave their mother when they are 2 years old. They are then ready to live on their own. Playtime. Polar bears like to play just like you. Bears wrestle with each other. They slide in the snow. They like to play games too. Sometimes a cub gets a ride from mom. These bears are off on an Arctic adventure. Here are 7 amazing facts about polar bears. Number 1, the largest polar bear ever recorded was 2,209 pounds. That's the weight of a small sports car. Number 2, polar bears have black skin underneath the white fur. Number 3, sometimes polar bears get too hot. Then they take a swim or a roll in the snow. Number 4, walruses are one of the few animals that polar bears are afraid of. Number 5, some people go on vacations to see polar bears. They ride in special buggies to stay safe. Number 6, polar bears can eat 100 pounds of seal fat at one time. That's about as heavy as 400 hamburgers. Number 7, polar bears clean themselves by rubbing their bodies on the snow. I really hope you liked this book about polar bears. I really like watching Kali at the St. Louis Zoo. He's one of my favorite animals here. I hope you get to come visit him sometime, and I hope you liked our book. Here's a fun video for you to watch of Kali swimming back and forth in his enclosure. Bye, friends.
I love him. I love him. I only have one. I think it's very expensive too.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
We're his favorite.
Because they eat a lot.
They eat a lot.
You think they can see people?